The purpose of the Conservation Commission is to conserve the lands of the state of Washington, and we do that in a voluntary incentive-based manner in collaboration with conservation districts and other partners. Voluntary conservation is a form of conservation where local land stewards help identify solutions to local problems. So we're using local knowledge, we're using hubs of scientific expertise that are localized, working with people on the ground that understand the landscape's needs, its identity, its uses, to create solutions that are durable with commitment from the local people to make sure that they're successful and they last for many years to come. The origins of the Conservation Commission really date back to 1935 with the creation of the Soil and Water Conservation Service inside the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And then later in that same decade, 1937, President Roosevelt pushed states to adopt a uniform state law to create conservation districts. And the state of Washington did that in 1939, created conservation districts and the State Conservation Commission. The State Conservation Commission is the coordinating agency for Washington's conservation districts. We are a non-regulatory environment. We empower local people. We develop policy and programs and pursue funding for programs that conservation districts tell us are important in their space, important in their landscapes. We are zealous advocates of the programs implemented by conservation districts. Another important component of our fiscal relationships to conservation districts is the development of grant programs, which is the mechanism we use to allocate funds to conservation districts. And we translate their success into policy discussions, telling their story to the legislature so that we can continue to fund those programs and pursue additional funding enhancements and perhaps develop additional programs over time to help them. So their success is our success. Our success is their success. The State Conservation Commission operations, which would be the people who work for us in managing programs and associated services, is funded primarily through the general fund budget, which is typical of other state agencies. Our other projects are funded through capital accounts, which are bonded accounts, which the state of Washington goes out and borrows money through a variety of bonding markets, particularly the state building and construction account. We also get a great deal of funding through the Climate Commitment Act and the Public Works Assistance Account. The Conservation Commission is an agency under the leadership and direction of a commission, and as such, we're not in the governor's cabinet. The commission itself, our governing body, is comprised of regionally elected conservation district supervisors, governor appointees, and representatives of Washington state agencies, and the president of the Washington Association of Conservation Districts. We represent ourselves directly to the legislature, both in passing policy bills and describing our needs and goals in the capital budget process. The culture and team dynamic of the State Conservation Commission is comprised of great people who are very committed to the mission of this organization. And as such, I think they work very well together. I love working with them every day, and I'm learning a ton from all of them. I would encourage people who come into our community to treat it as a community and to reach out, be curious, and connect with people. You'll find a lot of help and a lot of knowledge.